Are you trying to break into product management? Yes, I know it's a rewarding career with high impacts, and the average salary alone in the US is about 118,000 USD. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my all-time favorite resources for people who want to actually transition into product management or even new product managers. The first section will be on books. So the first book I have with me is Cracking the PM Interview. I believe the authors of this book are also the ones that wrote Cracking the Coding Interview. But I would say this book is the first step if you want to transition into product management, because they share a lot of insights towards interviews, towards the product management career for people who aren't already product managers. There are a lot of learnings, and I feel this book helps me to learn how product manager interviews are structured and what the employer is looking for when they conduct product manager interviews. The next book on my list is Decode and Conquer. I don't have a physical copy with me right now, but I would recommend this book for people who are actually interviewing for product manager roles. It's a good guide for PM interviews. The next on my list is Principles of Product Management. This is an easy read, and I'll say it's a one-stop guide for people like aspiring product managers and people who are new to the field. I highly recommend this book. Next on my list is Cracking the PM Career. Same authors that wrote Cracking the PM Interview and Cracking the Coding Interview. For me, this is a reference guide for people who are particularly new to the PM field. I got this when I got my first PM job, and I reference it once in a while. Next on my list is Inspired. This just has to be on this list. This is a must read for every product manager. It touches the different aspects of product management, and I also use it as a reference guide as well. And last, for my all-time favorite books, is the Lean Product Playbook. I feel like this helped me to learn the fundamentals of product management. So if you don't know a lot about product management, I feel this book really helps you to understand topics, principles, the fundamentals of product management, and what it really means to build a great product. All of these books will be linked in my description box, but next section is podcasts. The first podcast on my list is Lenny's podcast. He also has a newsletter, and I really like this podcast because it gives me access to experienced product managers, people who I wouldn't be able to access on a regular day. So with this podcast, I'm able to learn from them because he brings top PMs as guests on his channel or on his podcast, and they share lessons, learnings. Sometimes they dive into a particular product topic, but I like that they reflect on their career as a whole, and I'm able to learn from these people since I'm still early in my career. My second podcast is How to Succeed in Product Management. That's the name of the podcast, but I believe they actually host clubhouse sessions and just record it and turn it into podcasts. But this is an amazing podcast. They bring different guests, they answer questions, and just touch on the day-to-day life of a product manager. They touch on different topics. They share tips, advice, and everything that you need. I highly recommend this podcast. There's so many product management podcasts that I subscribe to, but these two are the top on my list, and I most times replay some of their episodes, so that's why I wanted to highlight them. The next section is what I'll put under platforms category. So my first one is Women in Product Management Facebook group. This has been helpful for me because you can go back and see other posts that people have written about situations they've been in. You can get tips and advice through via people's comments. You can post yourself. You can post anonymously if you prefer that, but this is a great community and people are always willing to help. People are willing to share resources. I really like this group because you get exposed to people on different levels. They're aspiring PMs, they're PMs who are early in their career. There are even executives there and chief product officers. So it's a good way to learn from others, see what people on the next level are struggling with, and it's a good way to help each other, and people are always willing to help on that platform. The next one on my list is levels.fyi. This is a platform where you can gain insights which could help with salary negotiations, compensation structure. It's also a good way to know your level based on your experience and your future potential when it comes to salary. Last on my list is the Blind app. This is an anonymous platform for professionals to share and talk about topics, share insights, talk about salaries, ask questions, and just vent and rant. This is one platform I highly recommend, especially if you're working in tech. The last category is people that I follow. There's so many PMs out there now that share PM resources and tips on the various social media platforms. For this video, I'm just going to highlight a few on LinkedIn. This is a non-exhaustive list, but there's Diego. He shares resources to help people transition into product management. Shivi is also one. She shares resources regarding navigating the PM career. She also sometimes dives into some product topics. There's also Zishan. He shares practical knowledge that helps PMs build their tech competences, which is really valuable. There's so many on LinkedIn. Look out for them and you probably come across more. If you haven't watched my video on how I transitioned into product management, I'm going to link that in the description box. You should actually watch it now. And I'm also going to link the books, podcasts, and everything that I mentioned in this video in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to smash that like button for me. It really helps my channel and it helps me know that you enjoyed this video and found it valuable. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave comments, share this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.